What's up, everybody? Welcome to Demon Rose Studios. My name is Lilith, and I am joined today by Dog. So what we're doing today is conversations that I have had with my friends that turn into way more in-depth discussions with myself that nobody needs to hear, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I am also using my new microphone, so hopefully that all sounds good. So the other day I was having a conversation with my friend over Discord that kind of sparked the conversations of what sandwiches could I beat in a fight. So I made a top 10 list of sandwiches that I can and will win against in a head-to-head battle. This isn't really based off of taste or how much I like the sandwich, it's just kind of the vibes that sandwich gives off. Also keep in mind, this is just for fun, so if I insult your favorite sandwich, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe find a different hobby other than sandwich policing, perhaps. I'm gonna start off by giving a few brief stats of myself, just because you can understand, like, what I am kinda. I'm about 5'7", I weigh over 100 pounds, and the last time I checked, my deadlift is awful, so I'm not gonna say that one. But I can carry 4 grocery bags up the stairs, and I only have to sit down and drink water for about an hour, so I'm really not in good shape. Next off, we're going to go through the honorable mentions that didn't quite make the top 10 list. The reason that they didn't make the top 10 list is they're not quite sandwiches, but they're still like a bread-type product that's filled with things, but still not really a sandwiches. Still not sandwiches. So that's why they get honorable mentions rather than places on the top 10 list. The honorable mentions go out to calzones, pita pocket-based things, and tacos. I can't really explain why those are the things that I could beat as far as like almost but not quite sandwiches. I just feel like their shape, as in like that half circle type thing, is just really, really compromising to their structural integrity, but those are my honorable mentions. And with that out of the way, we can go ahead and start with number 10. Number 10 is kind of the true classic sandwich. It's just a basic ham and cheese. I put it closer to the back just because it's been around for a while, so you know it would put up a bit of a fight. It knows what it's doing. It's a pretty salt of the earth sandwich as well. Just your basic ham and cheese, but also because it's so old, it's starting to get tired and people don't care about that basic format of sandwich anymore, so I think it's about ready to give up anyway, but it will still put up a fight regardless. At number 9, we have the Italian Hero Sandwich. I put it closer to the bottom of the list as well because it's another classic recipe that's been honed for generations, but all the meats in it can kind of start to taste the same, giving it not a whole lot of variety and just kind of allowing me to pick up on its repeated moves, and then I can get in and just go for the knockout there. Also, it would probably slip on its dressing and it would knock itself out, but because it's an old Italian sandwich, it'll definitely throw some hands before going in. Number 8 might spark some controversy here, but think Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. It doesn't matter, grilled or fried, I'll kick the shit out of it. I've got years of pent-up frustration with the homophobia, transphobia, and other bigotry that company has been vomiting over the years, so I could pull off the W just out of sheer spite. I would, however, have to deal with all the maniacs who stan Chick-fil-A though, so it gains a few points in the toughness and survivability category there. But if I came at it on a Sunday, it would either sit there and just take a beating or just not show up at all and disqualify itself. I debated number 7 for a while, but in the end, I think I would have a harder time beating a Sloppy Joe than I would the item in the number 6 spot. Sole reason for this is because the Sloppy Joe is a real scrappy sandwich. I don't necessarily think it knows what it's doing, but I do know that it will try its best. And it'll probably get a couple good shots in on me before it inevitably goes down. Clocking in at number 6 is actually 2 separate entries, which is kinda cheating, I know, because it's 2 restaurants with several menu items, but I still think I would have a pretty easy time laying waste to the full menu of both Subway and Jimmy John's. While they do both have pretty sizable rosters, the sheer volume both restaurants put out make it so that they don't really put out quality, carefully crafted sandwiches. They're just kind of hastily and haphazardly thrown together by some disinterested teenager who would probably rather be throwing that ham at the wall instead of a piece of bread. Halfway down the list at number 5, the British favorite, the Chip Buddy. The reason I think it's right in the middle is because it's at its core, it's just French fries on some bread with a little bit of fucking brown sauce or something. And it sounds delicious. I've never had one, but it sounds delicious. But because it's just French fries on bread, it doesn't really have any special moves or anything to bring to the table. And it's also British, so it just doesn't want to make a fuss. But if it's like one of those Cockney alley dwellers, it would at least try to rock me before I could take it down. But I think I could beat that one reasonably easy. Breaking into the top half at number 4, I declare the McDonald's Filet-O-Fish to be solidly at number 4. Like, what's it gonna do? Is it just gonna taste like imitation crab with a hint of shitty American cheese at me? Is it gonna cost $1 at me? Just be generally the worst sandwich at McDonald's at me? That's what I fucking thought. It's not good. Alright, and we are in the top 3 now. So at number 3, we've got another classic, the BLT. I know this one's going to be kind of controversial, just because the BLT's been around a while and everybody loves it, but despite all that time that it's been around to hone its skill set, all its tricks are the same. It's right there in the name. It's bacon, it's lettuce, it's tomato, it's nothing new, it has nothing surprising to catch you off guard. So, number 3 is a pretty solid place for this tasty weakling. One down from the top at number 2 is filled by the Fluffernutter sandwich. I don't really feel like I need to justify this one, because half of the filling is marshmallow fluff. It's sweet, it's sticky, it's soft. There's nothing hardened about this one, and I beat its ass, honestly. And here we are at the number 1 position. You've put up with my bullshit, so I'll just give it to you quickly. Number 1 sandwich that I could 100% beat in a fight, no questions asked. First round knockout. Any flavor of Smucker's Uncrustables. You can at me all you want, but you know I'm right in saying that Uncrustables are the weakest and least capable of all sandwiches. It's right there in the name. Uncrustables. Has no crust, no defensive capability, so just take your bread-ass-filled donut shit and get it out of my face before I smack it onto the ground and ruin your day, you child. That just about wraps everything up. Thank you so much for listening and watching this incoherent rant. Again, if you're pissed off, leave a comment as to why I could not beat any of those sandwiches on my list. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like and want to subscribe to my awful area of the internet, and I hope I see you next time. Bye-bye.